Hello everybody, surprise. Uh, I was just making this video because I was on Cosmic Skeptic's channel. And he debated, I believe it was Jonathan McLachie, and I saw this, and as proud a Christian as I am, that thing was a dumpster fire for Jonathan McLachie. I actually stopped watching it. I couldn't take it anymore. I definitely would mark that up as a win as far as I watched from Cosmic Skeptic. But what it was he was talking about morality, and like they were singing off two different song sheets right there. Jonathan McLachie is talking about the resurrection. Cosmic Skeptic is talking about the morality of the Bible, and he brings up, I believe it was Numbers 30. And he says, look, in this certain passage, Moses says to keep all the virgin women for themselves. And Cosmic Skeptic says, I don't know what a bunch of aggressive warriors would want with a bunch of virgin girls, but I can use my imagination. And I'm like, oh, damn, Jonathan McLachie, what you got to say back to that? So what did he say? I don't know why God would do that. I'm like, so hold up. Genetically modified skeptic, oh wait, no, that's the other one. Cosmic Skeptic is sitting here making it sound like God promotes rape, and your best response is, I don't know why he would do that. No, I gotta make a video. That's an injustice, and this is not even Sunday, but it's still an apologetics video. Thank you all for tuning in. So in that verse, the whole reason the war is being fought is because I believe it was the Midianites. The Midianites were sending the Israelites into sexual subduction, sexual immorality, and therefore God commands a war to be fought against them. And it gets to the part where after the war's fought, Moses and Aaron, they come and, they have all these captives. There's like thousands of them. And they get angry because you were supposed to kill all of them. And he says to kill all the women who have not known a man intimately. And then they go to divide up the spoils of the war. And Cosmic Skeptic was trying to make this argument to be, well, what do you think those women were used for then? And like, well, it's not sex slavery, because hear me out. Two things. One, the whole reason God is having these people fight is because immoral women are coming to have sexual relationships with men, tempt them into sexual misconduct that God doesn't like. I don't think God was like, these women, they're all, food's done, they're all coming over here, sleeping with my men, having immoral sex. I know, I'll have a war, and then my men can keep the women as sex slaves. I don't believe that. It's a general rule of law that God was not okay with any, one of his Christians having relationships with other men. That's made especially clear in Solomon, and in the story of Solomon. So, I just don't think that's how that worked. And not to mention later on, like just a passage later, they're dividing up the war spoils. This animal here, that thing to that person. You don't ever see the women being divided up. So, from my point of view, and what I believe is the case, is that the women were taken as prisoners of war because as women who had not had sex yet, they were not involved with any of the sexual seduction of, that was the whole reason God fought the war. And that's what Genetically Modified Skeptic just quoted, that one part. And it sounds rather intimidating. I'm not sure what version he's using, because the version I looked up said, keep them with you, keep them among yourselves. I don't really care. I think the bigger point here is that it had nothing to do with rape or sex slavery. because that kind of backwards fires on the whole point of the war that's being fought and why. Also, we don't ever see the women being divided up. I'm pretty sure it was just to keep the virgins alive because they were not part of whatever sexual misconduct was happening. I'll also leave a link that will probably help to explain it better in the verse below. Having said that, I watched 2 debates. I also watched David Wright. You may remember I mentioned him in my last video. I watched him debate the host of Atheist Republic. And in that debate, David Wright kicked atheists. So yeah, I'll talk about that tomorrow and what I thought of that, because the host of Atheist Republic, I was going to watch Atheist Republic, but boy, if it's anything like what he offered in that debate with David Wright, which was hosted by Capturing Christianity, really bad. The YouTube atheists are better than the actual big-time atheists. But either way, may I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a good one.